Today, I am excited to introduce you to the 76 CR250 Elsinore. I was fortunate enough to find this bike here in town. This guy that has a shop called Bubba's Garage used to live here, now he lives in Florida. And he had a bunch of killer bikes and he just couldn't haul them all down to Florida. So I was fortunate enough to pick this up off of him. Ryan at Factory Edge did the full motor rebuild. So I know the bike's been gone through completely. It was ridden once it was done. And then when I bought it, I drained the gas. It never hit the dirt yet. So I'll probably never ride the bike just because I don't know. I had a 79 YZ250 and I was gonna race that bike. And it just beat me up so bad with the suspension that I'm like, there's just no way to have fun on that bike and jumping it. And I'm not one of the vintage racers yet where I just want to cruise around and hit low bumps and just ride. I want to actually ride on a motocross track. So I'm just not ready for this old of a bike yet. And I know a lot of the guys still do that, but man, it just beats the crap out of me. So I still need these bigger bikes with bigger suspension. I feel a lot better on those. But anyway, for the 76, he really did a great job. You can see the tank's been completely redone. Pretty much everything is stock on the bike except for the exhaust. I do have the stock exhaust. Obviously the motor, he did it with the raw metal. I think it looks really good. I am a big fan though of the red motors. I think they do look sick. So I'm definitely a bigger fan for that look, but that's obviously a different year. They didn't do that for 76. What else with the bike? They did put on, which it's funny, I love the tires. He put on the MX-33, so I didn't even have to do that. That was already done. Different foot pegs, which is good. And the PFR exhaust, which is pretty common. The other exhaust is like brand new that I have for it. That is the stock original exhaust. I have a binder with the title and all the documents, his build sheets, like everything he's done that will eventually, once I do sell it, will go along with the bike. So pretty cool. So he did it right. He did a great job on the build. His other builds that I've seen have been really good. He actually has, I forget what year it is, but one of Chad Reed's race bikes that was an all white bike. I want to say it was a Honda as well. And that bike's sick, but he wouldn't sell it. So anyway, I hope you guys like this. Anything else that I'm missing, Massimo?
Not much. Well, I have a question for you. When you normally sell bikes, where do you post them? Where do you sell them?
Great question. So sometimes on Facebook forums, I will post them on there and give people a heads up before I put them on eBay. And I've been selling my bikes from people just reaching out to me from social media, from my YouTube channel, things like that, where they'll message me and say, hey, I saw this bike, is it for sale? Or do you have this bike I'm looking for? Do you know anybody that has it? And I've sold quite a few bikes that way. But usually on Facebook forums and eBay. So that's been the easiest way for me because you have a little bit broader audience for it. And like, perfect example, I had placed that 1989 CR500, all original, and that sold to a gentleman in Australia, and that was on eBay. So I would have never reached that type of clientele if I didn't put it on eBay for the world to see. And you know, that's my first bike that actually went out of country. And it's real, like he is a true collector, has a great collection, and just a privilege to meet him and discuss our same interests. And you know, it's just super cool to see that there's so many people like us who are watching the videos and like me that just love this hobby that also has been a good investment. And we'll see where the market takes us. You know, right now we're going into fall of 2022. Who knows what's gonna happen next year? But these bikes, they don't make them anymore. It's still really hot right now. A lot of guys are racing these bikes from 74 bikes all the way up to the 80s bikes. And that's been really hot over the last, I would say 3 years, and getting bigger and bigger each year. Where we're even doing world two-stroke championships at Glen Helen, where people are coming from all over the world to race at Glen Helen for that weekend. I mean, you know, you have 1,200 people showing up for that race just racing two-strokes. So it's really cool to see the love and passion, and just knowing that there's that type of clientele all over the world, not just here in the US, that has this big passion. I mean, Europe, and I mean, there's so many places where guys are racing these and collecting them and refurbishing and restoring them. And that's what's really cool. Like, there's several Facebook forums where there's like 40,000 guys in the forum from all over the world sharing their passion and what parts they need and what bikes they're looking for and things like that. There's manufacturers in Italy that are making case covers and, you know, clutch case covers and things like that for these older bikes, you know, so there's a huge market for this. It's just really cool to be a part of it. So, sorry, that was a long answer for you, Massimo.
I like it.
Yeah, anything else?
That's about it.
All right, well, hey, let's give a shout out to Massimo as well. He's been crushing it. He's been the gentleman behind the camera all this time for all these videos. It's been a great friendship and partnership.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's fantastic.
Just graduated from ASU.
Yes.
Yes. So, you know, it's super cool even just building friendships like this. That was referred by Matt O'Connor, and just, it worked out great. And thank you, Matt. So just saw him last week actually at a car show. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions, comments about this bike or anything else, just comment below, and we'll look forward to posting more videos. Stay tuned.